sew like a pro. I know Christmas is over, but all the novelty fabrics are 50% off and up. So I want to show you how to make this quick, easy Christmas tree skirt. As a matter of fact, this is how you can even make a tablecloth, a round tablecloth. But I measured from here the circumference 2 inches. I used my 2-inch ruler. I lined it up at 2, and then I just turned and traced me a circle right there at 2 inches. And then the width of the fabric, 22 inches. And then I use my ruler and do the same thing, 22 all the way around. And then I want to cut the hole out for my skirt. And if I was making this into a tablecloth, and I have 2 pieces of fabric, cotton, 45 inches wide by 1.25 yards. Then I have the hole for my skirt, for the pole. And then I'm going to cut this out. And I have both of them lined up on top of one another. So I know I'm cutting both of these exactly the same.
Okay, quick question. So if I'm making a tablecloth, I'm not doing the 2 inches in the corner.
Right, and if you're making a tablecloth, you see that this would be very small if I open it. First, before I answer that, we want to snip these corners so we can make sure we establish a little notch so that everything is going to line up and match exactly the same when we put them together. So teeny weeny snip, 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 snip on all the little corners, little bitty notch. And you can do the same thing up here so we know everything is lining up and matching up exactly the same place. We want
for our notches.
Right.
So
notch all of those. Alright, so now I just want to take one of each of these and cut along that crease line, because we do need to open it up so the skirt can overlap. Now, if I was making a tablecloth, no, I don't want a hole in the top of my table. That hole is so I can get it around the pole of the tree. So I take these two, look, right sides together, open it up, and then we want to match all the notches. So I'll go and find all my notches and line those up and pin them together all the way around. And the seam allowance you want to use for your skirt, it's going to be 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. So I'll line these up, pin around the entire skirt. We had the one seam opening. We align these up. Start here. I'm going to leave one seam open. Let's sew the top part of this together first. So we'll start here. Just do it like the width of your foot, 1/4 of an inch. This is my old baby. And when I get to the corner, look, I want to back stitch, walk the needle up, leave it down, lift the foot up and turn it right back to the width of the foot. See the notches? They lining up. I want to back stitch because we want to trim those corners, and you're going to stitch this all the way around the entire thing back to just leave an opening here on the side, and you can hand close that up or machine stitch it and close it up, flip the entire thing out, press it, voila, Christmas tree skirt. Now, if it was a tablecloth, let me tell you, you're probably going to have seams along the side because the fabric is only 45 inches wide. Depending on how big your table is, you're not going to be able to not have seams in it. So say, for instance, my table was, 30 inches wide. Then I'd have to take and buy 45 inches times 2, put it together, right? 90 inches. But I have to split one down the middle and put seams on both sides, and then fold it and quarter it and make the circle. So here when I get to the other end, I want to do the same thing. Back stitch a few stitches, leave the needle down, turn it, and then I'm going to sew back stitch because we want to lock the corners so they don't unravel. Stitch it all the way down. All the corners we want to back stitch. Lay the needle down, turn it, back stitch, and then do that all the way around the entire skirt. I'm going to stop here because you know what to do. We want to trim these corners on a 45-degree angle. And up here at the top, we want to clip it so when you turn it right side out, it'll lay flat and not pull. You don't have to clip the bottom because that curve is going in the opposite direction. And it's not going to pull. And it's only a 1/4 seam allowance, so it's fine. But we want to clip all these corners on a 45-degree angle so it's no bulk to eliminate that. And then we're just going to take it, push the corner. I push this down, push these together, and I get my corner pushed out really good, and it lays nice and flat. And then I line these up so that the seam is right out to the very edge and press it. And then I have a nice reversible Christmas tree skirt.
I do like that too.
All right? Nice, quick, easy project. Put it away for next year for Christmas. Okay? May God bless you in all your sewing projects. Sew like a pro.